What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF. Did you guys just watch that game? Alex Caruso went off. Oh my God. Shocking revelation, man. We got a new rising star with the Lakers. Not an all-star or anything like that, but a great story, a feel-good story. A player that has carved out his niche from nothing. Alex Caruso's the real deal. And I'm so glad that the Lakers found a diamond in the rough. He reminds me a lot of the way Jeremy Lin was playing when they picked him up from the G League a couple years back. You know, the New York Knicks, Linsanity. Caruso's playing like that right now, and we found ourselves a little diamond in the rough. Guys, we got to re-sign this kid, and I'm talking 2-year deal with a third. 3-year deal with a team option on the third on a cheap while we can get him. Guys, Alex Caruso, super impressive. Caruso, the closer, he destroyed the Clippers to the tune of 32 points. 10 rebounds, 5 assists. The kid is legit, man. You know, no caps. Alex Caruso is the real deal, and I'm so happy that the Lakers discovered this gem. Not only can he play, but he can take over games, apparently, which I didn't know he had in him. Gotta love it, man. You guys have to be excited. I know we weren't supposed to win tonight, but it always feels good destroying those stupid Clippers, putting them back in their place, man. And did you guys see how quiet Beverly was? Yeah, he was talking smack, but he wasn't saying nothing. I couldn't hear him through the TV set. Could you guys? Exactly. Put the Clippers back in their spot, man. And we impacted potentially their playoff standings. So, I mean, they made the playoffs for no reason. They should have just gave their spot to a real team. These guys are pretenders. They're clowns. They lost to the G League squad and a couple of veterans. Think about that. And they're pretty much all the way healthy. So you got to love it, man. AC showed up big time. I really like Jamario Jones as well. Hustle player. He has a nose for the ball. You got to love it, man. Jamario Jones might be a very good pickup. He plays good defense as well. So, you know, we put him back in San Diego, man, tonight. It was a feel-good night. And the best part about tonight is that this win doesn't impact us in the standings. It looks like we're going to be locked in for the 10th spot. All we got to do is lose the 2 next games, the final 2 games, and those are actual teams, actual playoff teams that aren't pretending that we're going to face off next. So, you know, the Portland Trail Blazers and the Utah Jazz. So I expect 2 more losses, and we should solidify the 10th spot. The teams that were below us lost tonight, so automatically we can't move down. Even if we would have lost tonight, we can't technically move down. So this win actually, you know, is a very good win because it didn't really impact us in the standings. And as long as we lose these next 2, we should get a 10th overall odds in the draft lottery. But man, I can't get over Alex Caruso. What a great player he has become. His confidence is peaking. Did you guys hear that teardrop high off the glass? Man, it's nothing like it, guys. I haven't been this happy in a while. And I mean, this kid was pulling up in people's face, coming off of the screen, just wetting them one after the other. Might I say we might have our shooting guard for next year, our starting 2 guard if we whiff in free agency as far as getting a 2 guard. Caruso can step in there and play alongside Lonzo Ball. Plus, his defense is pretty darn good. So, you know, I'm very excited for that. But all in all, it was a good night. JaVale McGee continues to shine. I definitely want to bring him back as well. You know, JaVale McGee has been solid. I really like Jonathan Williams, too. You know, hard-nosed player as well, crashes the glass. But, man, the star of the night, definitely Alex Caruso with a career-high 32 points. And he continues to shine. Again, he reminds me a lot, his play style, of Jeremy Lin. The way Jeremy was running the pick and rolls and just killing people in the paint or, you know, stretching the floor. That's what Caruso, I would compare him right now to Jeremy when he was under Mike D'Antoni's system. Scary thing is, though, Luke Walton doesn't have a system, so Caruso's pretty much being a floor general all on his own. So his game is not going to disintegrate like Jeremy Lin's when he left the New York Knicks. So that's very good. If we found a consistent diamond in the rough that could come in off the bench and do the type of damage Caruso is doing, what a sleeper. What a great pick. Like Patrick said, sleeper, definitely a great pickup. And that's what the end of the season is all about, finding gems. I told you guys, I want Caruso to play. I want these guys to get opportunities so they could show me things like they did tonight. And, you know, I want to wake up next morning and hear that Caruso has been signed to a 2 to 3 year deal, something like that, with a team option on the third or something like that. It could be, you know, 1.5 mil to 2 mil. I mean, he'll be happy to ink that. Trust me, he's been a journeyman for a while, and we got to jump on this kid before he hits free agency and then somebody else picks him up on the cheap. So That's what it's all about, finding good bang for your buck. And AC, you could pretty much start sketching them in. LeBron approves. Trust me, you saw how excited LeBron was. I was just as excited from my house. The front office better approve on that. I'm sure LeBron will get his boy in there, though. What you guys think of tonight's game? It was actually pretty fun, right? I'll take a couple of questions and I'll read a couple of comments. He said, Dan, see, Caruso made great progress. Exactly. And that's what happens when you do a little bit of player development, when you entrust your players. Obviously, Caruso is just playing heavy minutes by default because other players are injured. But imagine had Luke put the time into a player like Caruso, Mo Wagner, players like that, and actually develop them. I'm telling you, I said this in my video a couple of nights, the video I dropped, the 5 fails of the season. That was one of the reasons why I feel like we failed, because we underdeveloped young players. And Caruso is going to be a good young player. Could even be great. You never know. But people forget he's only 25. There's been a lot of late bloomers in their careers. Steve Nash started balling out later in his 30s. He was always a good role player, but then when he hit his 30s, he took his game to the next level. I'm not comparing Caruso to Steve Nash, but I'm saying he's a very good floor general. He's running the team extremely well in the absence of everybody, and he continues to play like that. You never know. He's gonna carve himself for heavy minutes next season. Dan, we don't need KCP. I agree. Give that money, whatever 2 to 3 mil you were going to give the KCP, give that to Caruso, man. He's going to be our one of our 6 men coming off the bench next year, and I feel like he's going to do damage. And this is exactly the type of player we need for when players get injured. He could just step right in, and he spoiled the Clippers' night tonight. And Patrick Beverley, he was yapping, but I couldn't hear nothing, man. He was talking all that junk, but we ain't hear nothing. Dan, have you noticed the San Diego Clipper fans crashing group chat? Man, I can't even see them. Honestly, they're so irrelevant. I don't see them anymore. And they're real quiet, I bet, tonight. But normally they come through and they try to gloat. But tonight is all Alex Caruso, man. All Alex Caruso. Dan, did you see that Alonzo is no longer going to involve his dad in his agent search? Maybe he's grown up after all. I hope so. But I'm hearing conflicting reports, so I don't know what to believe at this point. But at the end of the day, guys, I really want the kid to outgrow his father. I don't know if he's capable, though. He has to show it. Oh, man. Hey, Sabotage, this is a game that is worth not just watching the highlights, but I would rewatch it, man. It was a good game, bro. And the best part is it was versus the Clippers, so that really made me happy, man. That made my night. I'm pretty much taken care of. I'm going to sleep like a baby. Alex Caruso, diamond in the rough. I've been saying it for a while. We got to keep this kid. But now, he solidified his spot tonight, man. And I'm happy for him because he's worked hard the last couple of years to get that. He's really earned his roster spot. And, we got to make sure that we give it to him. Make sure that we do. Did Alonzo cover up his triple baller tattoo? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. But tonight was a good dub, guys. Definitely. I agree, Delton. You know why? Because it didn't impact us in the tank rankings. We're still on the 10th spot, and it looks like we're going to stay there so long as we lose the final 2 games, or if Minnesota wins at least one more game, we'll solidify that spot. So happy, man. I'm so happy. That's what it's about. It's never just a full lost season. There's little victories that can be had. Alex Caruso is the end of the season victory. We found ourselves a diamond in the rough. I could truly call him that now. He said, Clippers let the Lakers win to spoil their chances at a high draft pick. Well, I'll tell you what, Art. They're spoiling their own playoff chances, and on top of that, they didn't really mess with the tank rankings tonight because Minnesota won, and like I said, the teams that were below us, they lost. So pretty much there's three games in difference, and they would have had to win out regardless. And since they lost tonight, it's over. He said, "We playing spoiler." I'm happy with this win. If I could have picked one out of the schedule, this is the one I wanted. Low key, I wanted the Lakers to win tonight. I know I said we needed the loss, but that was before Minnesota won. Because Minnesota won, we were able to, get this victory and not really suffer the consequences. So it was awesome, man. Lakers are playing Old Town Road in the locker room right now. That's funny. Caruso used to be garbage to me. Now I think he's okay. He was never garbage. He always showed potential, but any young player you bring into the league, man, you gotta develop these players. You gotta nurture them. You gotta give them playing time. You gotta let them fail before they can succeed. And yeah, Caruso for sure has failed in his career for sure, but he's also succeeded. I thought he had a very good summer league, and it started to pan off, right? Hey, Dan, do you hear the media saying that the Clippers are a better destination than the Lakers? I'll believe it when I see it. I don't believe that one bit. Come on, man. The Clippers, no banners. That's better. That's up to them. Again, if they're just there to collect paychecks, sure, go to the Clippers, collect a paycheck and retire. But if you actually want to win and come to a winning organization, come on. They don't get better than purple and gold. Dan, what are your thoughts on Caruso as our sixth man going forward? That's exactly where I want him. I want Caruso as the sixth man. That way when Lonzo or whoever we draft or anybody we have at the two guard, free agent, whether it be any player, Caruso can step in through injuries or if they get into foul trouble or even just off the bench. He could be the number one option. Alex Caruso's the real deal, man. He's the real. This wasn't no fluke game. He's been building up to this. And I said, man, tonight Caruso's going to close it. I turned to my girl. I was like, Caruso's about to close this game. And he did. He proved me right. And again, I've been quoted as the saying he reminds me of a poor man's Manu Ginobili. But actually tonight, he reminded me of Jeremy Lin when the New York Knicks got him when he was running that Mike D'Antoni offense. That's who I saw that similar type skill set, but mine is the offensive system. Again, he ran the plays himself. Magic needs to pay Caruso this summer. I think you can sign him on the cheap. I'm talking $1.5 million per season for the next 2 to 3. That's what I would get him right now that he's cheap. And those are value contracts at, worst case scenario, he stops balling. You could always include them in a trade. But best case scenario, he continues to develop. Man, you got yourself a bargain player for the next 3 years. Hey, what up, T? She said, hey, great game tonight. Absolutely. Made my night, and I love it. What do you think about Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, Alex Caruso, LeBron James, and Kawhi Leonard in the starting lineup next year? Man, if we can get one of those all-stars that you just mentioned, I'd be happy with it. Does a win affect our better draft pick odds? Not like I said, that's the best news of the night is that since the Timberwolves won, we pretty much evened out. We still in a 10th slot, and we're not going to move any lower because those other teams lost tonight. So pretty much the difference can be covered. The season's over, so we're not going to make up ground there. So the best we can hope for is the 10th slot, and I'm cool with that. I said as long as we keep a top 10 pick, I'm happy. Well, hopefully the ping pong balls bounce our way and we get a top 4 pick. That'd be even better. He said, Dan, check out Tyler Hero, shooting guard from Kentucky. We need shooting and playmaking. I like Tyler Hero, but I'm not sure if I would take him with a top 10 pick. There's other options to be had there. Again, video coming this summer, so I got you, bro. But I do like Tyler Hero, and we're able to trade into like the mid-first round, and why not? He said, bro, why do we keep winning? Again, it doesn't even matter, man, because everything evened out. 2 more games left. All we got to do is lose the final 2 games. The next 2 teams are actually good, not like the Clippers that are just pretending, floating around, middle of the nowhere team that doesn't know how to tank or win games. I mean, they're stuck in no man's land. That's why they don't get good. He said, at least we're going to finish 1 more win than last season. Well, that really doesn't matter to me because we didn't make the playoffs. But, I mean, if you want to be really optimistic, sure, why not? It's all part of the plan to look bad this year. The next season we strike. I don't think it was a part of the plan, but we're going to roll with the punches, man. I'm not worried about that. At this point, we're going to take our victories where we got them. Alex Caruso is a diamond in the rough. So that's our little victory to end the season. Dan, what about the vets? Who do you keep and why? The vets, for sure, I would bring back JaVale because we don't have any frontline depth after we traded Zubats. By the way, it hurt so bad to watch Zoo over there with the Clippers. He looks nice. So since we traded him, I think we have to bring back JaVale unless we were to trade for Anthony Davis. But even then, I'd still bring back JaVale for a cheap contract like he played this year, at least 1 more year. So he's the only guaranteed vet that I bring back. Rondo and KCP, man, some nights I feel like we should bring back KCP on a cheap contract. But after watching Caruso play, I think Caruso could get the bulk of the minutes and shine. Playoffs are not LA always ending strong. Absolutely. And again, diamond in the rough, that's all I wanted. I wanted us to keep developing players. And it looks like Alex has earned his keep. And I want to see him with the Lakers for the next couple of years, man. That's it, Dan. We need to go back. Bring back Alex Caruso. What's up, bro? Good to see you, brother. What's up, Arthur? How you doing, man? Yeah, AC definitely earned his keep with the Lakers, and I think he's going to continue to get better. So watch out for this kid, man. His confidence has been sky high ever since he got minutes, which he should have got earlier in the season. But it is what it is. I can't really control what Luke Walton does. But all I know is that with a better head coach, hopefully he'll give hard-nosed players that play tough minutes. I thought Jonathan Williams should have got heavy minutes earlier in the year too, because when we first played him, he even had a couple of game-winning blocks and dunks on the road, and I was impressed with him. But again, they did a Houdini, and they basically didn't play him. Again, Luke Walton's logic is you play good, you get benched the next 10 games. It happened to Zubats too, right? When JaVale was injured, Zoo was balling out. JaVale came back, and he benched Zubats, and sometimes we didn't even get to see him play. So it was a fun night, guys. All in all, the Clippers did what they had to. I mean, the Lakers did what they had to do. We put these Clippers away, man. Sent them back to San Diego for the night. We sent them packing. I thought JaVale was impressive as well. KCP continues to shoot well. I like his confidence. The only thing is he disappeared the other night versus Golden State, so that really turned me off. I was like, man, he had a string of like 7, 8, 9 games where he was balling out. And then again, he disappeared in the game we needed him the most versus Golden State. But tonight he showed up again, so it was a good game for him. Rondo balled out. So it was an all-around good game for the vets, but one star shined brighter than the rest, and that was Alex Caruso, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I'll take a couple more questions, guys. I'm going to get off early. Got work early in the morning, but I'll come back to you guys this Sunday, man, when we face the Utah Jazz. He said the Lakers need Ettore Messina. He would be a good get, I think. I think he would be a solid coach, but I do want him to play the field before they make the final decision. There's plenty of good coaches out there, man. KCP is J.R. Smith 2.0. Mine is the handles, because J.R. had a nice little handle to him. Can't wait to see what the Lakers do next season. Kawhi and Clay to the Lakers. I don't know about Clay. I really doubt Clay leaves Golden State. Dan, Magic wants the Lakers to win because you want to get rid of the losing mentality. A sacrifice to build a winning culture. A low lottery pick gamble. Well, here's the thing, man. That would have been great earlier in the year, but when there really isn't any merit, I don't really care if we win or lose because we're already out of the playoffs. Now at this point, it's about collecting the most assets you can while developing young players in the process. And the Lakers are in the process of doing that. I mean, we just added another player that nobody was talking about, and he could potentially be a big piece moving forward as far as role players go. We need more role players. People talk about the stars all the time, but they underrate role players. If you want to make a deep playoff run, you need guys like Alex Caruso. You need guys that'll play hard, and make big time game winning plays, even when they don't show up in the stat sheet. That's why Lonzo's crucial for me. Brandon Ingram with his defense and his two-way abilities, and Kuzma with the clutch gene. I think they're all going to be big, but adding Caruso to that mix is going to be sensational. Hey, thanks, Ben. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for that. He said, thanks for what you do. MVP. Thank you, man. You guys are the real MVP. Y'all make this channel go. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, for reals. Rajon Rondo's overrated to me. He has his moments where he looks really good. My problem with him is when he tries to do things that he no longer can do because he's not that athletic anymore, or he's not as young. He doesn't have the same spry bounce that he used to have. People forget Rondo was super athletic when he was younger. He used to he had a couple of poster dunks in his career as well. So, he might try to do some crazy layups or double clutch something and end up turning it over. I wish he played more within himself at times. But sometimes he looks really good. Tonight he looked really good. He took over there in the fourth as well, had a couple of threes, was playing good defense, pushing the pace. So, at the end of the day, we'll see what happens. But Rondo is a coin flip to me. I say don't bring him back simply because of the revelation of Caruso. Plus, if I want to add another backup guard, I want one that can shoot consistently. But he's doing a better job of shooting lately, I'm hyped too, Vern. I feel you on that, bro. It was a great game, and it didn't really impact us, so that was the best part. I could thoroughly, once I saw that the Timberwolves lost, I was like, let's beat this Clippers, man. Forget it. The Timberwolves lost, let's beat them. Green light. Dan, McGee can really explode out there, man. McGee's playing great basketball like he did earlier in the season when we were actually saying he looked like an all-star. It looks like he took a huge chunk off in the middle of the season, but he's back to his old self. And if he continues to play like this, we got to resign him. Absolutely. Especially because we're thin in the front line. Dan, you trying to sign Caruso to a max contract? Nah, man, I was just joking. But yes, we got to sign Caruso back. Yeah, when I said just max Alex Caruso, I was just being emotional because it was an exciting game, But of course not. You don't want to sign somebody like that to a max contract. But bring him back at like 1.5 mil, I'll be happy with that. 2 mil, 3 max, But I think you could afford him for like 1.5 mil. It's not really going to impact your cap like that. He said Clippers like to talk. They had to get beat. Absolutely, man. We put all this best team in LA talk. Man, we beat y'all with the G League squad. So be quiet, This goes to Patrick Beverly, We beat them with the G League squad. They can't say nothing. They should never talk again. Sure, they had a better record than us this year, but they're not the better team. Even if they win a championship, they're still not going to be the better team ever. So you admit that he can be good if he wants, but they make them throw games away this year ain't yet. I'm not sure what you're talking about, bro. You're going to have to rephrase that one. He said, please keep Caruso. I think, man, this pretty much solidified his spot. I wouldn't be surprised if we wake up tomorrow to hear that the Lakers have agreed to terms with Alex Caruso for the next couple of years. I wouldn't be surprised. Dan, is Jerry West the greatest GM? Probably. Nobody else comes to mind when I think of GMs. I think Jerry West, just look what he did with the Lakers when he was here. Then he went to Memphis and he turned them from mediocre to a pretty solid, team in the grindhouse and all that. They used to play tough when they had Marc Gasol, Zebo at one point with Mike Conley. They were solid. And then he went to Golden State and then built another championship team there. Now he's back with the Clippers and he made one good trade so far. But yeah, Jerry West is never underestimated. He's always going to be Laker gold and he'll continue to shine. But it's a shame he's doing it for that garbage franchise. Get rid of KCP, Bullock, and Muscala. I wouldn't be mad if we didn't return any of those. Honestly, we're not going to truly miss them like that. Caruso has the killer instinct. Taking those charges and the chin, a real gem. Definitely a gem. And again, he's having the same impact that Jeremy Lin had when he went to New York, where they're willing to do anything to win. My thing is they have to sustain this intensity to really make them themselves into the next level players. They have to sustain this even after they get that contract. That hunger and everything, they can't forget the struggle. Once they get that contract, a lot of players forget how to play, right? Or they take their foot off the gas. But if Caruso could maintain this, the sky's the limit for him, man. I love the kid already. I always liked him, but he really grew on me recently, and I really love what he's doing, man. He's a poor man's Ginobili and a rich man's Jeremy Lin. He said, Dan, I like the Manu Caruso comparison, spot on. And the reason I said Manu is because Manu, he had great footwork. The way he got into the rim, he was fearless, and he could yam it on somebody. Caruso is no stranger to that. Manu was probably better with the handles and like hitting step backs and stuff like that. So that's why I say poor man's Manu Ginobili. But still, man, if you can compare him to a legendary beast like that, man, even if it's a poor man, watered down version, they both have one thing in common. They both got the missing hair on top. So, maybe that's where the genius comes from. They got a lot of thinking space up here. You said LeBron just tweeted to show Caruso some love. That's cool to see. Absolutely. Now he's showing leadership. I feel like after that meeting, he's been trying to get more on the same page with the younger players. That's good. That's what we want to see. And that's what is going to endear him to our hearts as Laker fans, right? We just want to see him group the team together and build for next year. He said, yeah, what happened to Svi? He got lost in the sauce. Svi Mykhailiuk, unfortunately, we brought him in as a shooter, and he balled out in Summer League. I thought he was a keeper in Summer League for sure. But then, again, Magic and Rob got impatient. They didn't let him develop. He made a couple of mistakes. He was breaking. He went on a horrible shooting spree where he just was breaking everything. And they decided to supposedly bring somebody that was more experienced, but that didn't pay off because even though Reggie Bullock is a better shooter, we didn't make the playoffs. So that trade shouldn't have been made. And that's why I say the Lakers should no longer do knee-jerk reaction moves. But anyways, guys, it's going to wrap it up for me because I got work tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Much love, Laker Nation. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the night, enjoyed the game. AC, diamond in the rough. I can't believe it, man. He just took over the game. So I'm still in shock. Probably going to look at the highlights one more time before I go to sleep. That's how excited I am. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. And you guys have a great night, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, Laker Nation.